Alright, so what I've done so far, I've taken the headlight cover off, disconnected the speedometer and the gauges, and just kind of taped them back and out of the way, and to cut off all the cable ties that went around, all this good stuff. It gives you a little more working room, lets you trace this thing all the way back. So if you don't know which one goes to your switch, you just trace it from the handlebars down, and the 2010 here is it's pretty much the biggest one. It's just kind of right in the middle. So I'm going to take a little sharp knife and just go ahead and find a nice spot close to the center here. Put a nice little cut up in there. And I'm going to go ahead and spread this out and get some wires going. So now that I peeled back the wires here, I just use the little dental pick. It's not a lot of slack, so you got to just kind of wiggle it out, pull it, separate, give yourself a little working room. Alright, I'll go ahead and get out my stripping tool. Get the stripping tool ready, get that in there, and expose some of the wire to make the soldered connections. And now I got a piece of bare wire here on the yellow line. Yellow line here is the yellow line is here is for the high beams. Okay, once again I'm going to use my dental pick. And we'll go ahead and try and separate some of these wires out so that I can fish the other wire right through the center of there and make a good, nice, tight fit before we go ahead and solder. That's what they call tap soldering, because you're tapping into a wire. So you want to just kind of spread these out, leave yourself enough room to run it through, and be real careful not to snap anything in there, because then you're going to open up a whole nother can of worms. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this out and get ready to fish my next wire in. This is the relay with the connector, that these prefabricated things you buy right on Amazon.com. So I'm going to go ahead and fish one of these wires through. I made a little chart here to keep them all straight, and I'm going to use a black wire here according to my diagram. I'll go ahead and fish this through the center, wrap it around a few times, and get my solder ready to go. So now we got both the high and the low beams tapped and soldered. I'm going to put these aside for a minute. I'm going to move on to the power and the ground, which in the 2010 is orange and white, and then brown. You can see clearly the ground just goes to the bare metal surface here. And this guy here, you can actually unplug it, give you a little bit, working room if you need it. I'm actually going to leave it connected to do my connection, because I find it's going to give the wire a little bit of stability. So I'm going to go ahead and strip these down, do the same thing. I'm going to tap in, solder, and then we'll go ahead and tape it all off and be done with it.